must be so hard with the knowledge that you have when you see kids mouth breathing out in the wild. How do you introduce it to a parent without them being defensive or offended? Because I've definitely had friends where I notice that their kid is mouth breathing, but it can be a sensitive subject for some parents. Have you had any experience with bringing it up in a good way?
Yeah, so when I'm in social circles, because that's really the only time I will never walk up to somebody out in the wild. I love that you said that. I will never walk out to somebody in the wild, like at an airport or whatever, and just like start imparting information. But if I'm in a social setting or like talking to friends, or if I have concerns, I always start it with like my story and my experience. And so wherever you can find your own personal experience, because there might be people listening or whoever who are really waiting for this answer so that they can address others who don't
Mhm.
have children. And so you might not have your own experience with some of these things. But if you can liken it back to a patient, so,
Mhm.
oh, I have a great story I'd love to share with you is that I had a patient who had a child that was mouth breathing. And then, we discovered that it was creating all kinds of inflammation within their body and really disrupting their gut. And so some of those gut issues that you're talking to me about, it really sounds familiar to such and such patient. I just would start in with like my own story. And I just really tell how some of these things I didn't see, or some of these things I didn't think were an issue, really created such a big manifestation of other issues that were so unexpected. So
Mhm.
I think it's really important that if you're going to talk about it, you don't talk about it direct. It's like, I see this in your child. This is what I think is going to happen. More of like, this is a very similar experience. And so
Mhm.
this might be something you want to look deeper into.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. Now, the average hygienist is not going to become a myofunctional therapist